Chicken burrito bowls are on the menu, and let me tell you something, it may seem like a lot of components, but it's totally worth it, and it's really quick. We're gonna make the rice and chicken in the oven, we're gonna make beans, we're gonna make a dressing, and you're gonna be able to customize each bowl to your liking. So let's make one so you can enjoy it. This is a meal that you can make ahead, you can prep for the week and eat this all week long, and that's what's wonderful about it. So what you're gonna notice is there's a few different components. We're gonna make each component, but again, make these ahead in the week. Make these on Sunday night, and you can have chicken and rice bowls however you wanna have them, or your family, all throughout the week as leftovers, and that's one of my favorite parts. So to start, we're gonna work with the chicken. We are using boneless, skinless chicken breasts. You could use thighs here too. But what I'm gonna do to start is salt them well. So this is just making sure that seasoning is getting to the meat, and that's really essential here. Salting any meat is what's gonna actually give it flavor. It's gonna help it retain its moisture. Now I'm gonna also use taco seasoning on it. Now I'm using my homemade taco seasoning, just like a quick mix. You can use any taco seasoning you would use, like if you were gonna make a ground meat taco or anything. And this is just to, again, further flavor this chicken. So when I was developing this recipe, I did it slightly different, where I actually have the chicken cooking with the rice. So with my hand, they're gonna be dirty. I have one clean hand, one dirty hand. Remember when you're working with things like chicken, how you have to do that. I dumped a little bit of the taco seasoning in my salt, so we're gonna use that salt to salt the other side. But what we're doing here is doing both sides, really simple, and just always remember to be clean when you're working with something like any raw meat, but especially with chicken. Make sure that after you touch it, if you have a clean hand or a dirty hand, that you remember, and then that you wash your hands after it's seasoned. So the chicken's ready, and what we're gonna do, clean hands, is get our rice ready. So I've rinsed the long grain white rice I'm using. I use a basmati always, and I rinsed it well to get the extra starches off of it. And I'm just gonna dump it right in a baking dish. So we are doing this all in the oven. You could do it all on the stovetop, but I find what's nice is you can get this ready, put it in the oven, get everything else ready, go about your business if you want to, even if you wanna make this after you get home from work, then everything kind of comes together really quickly. So to me, it's just a simplified method of being able to do it all together in one baking dish. So to this rice, we of course want just a pinch of salt, just to make sure it's seasoned. And then we're gonna add two things. So one is normal, some chicken stock. If you didn't wanna use chicken with this and just wanna make rice, you could use a vegetable stock too. And I'm gonna put that right in here. So this is gonna bake in the oven, slowly soak everything in. But with this, just to make sure that rice is very well flavored and seasoned, we're gonna add your favorite salsa. Now you can use whatever jarred salsa you want. You're gonna notice I'm using a green salsa. It's a fire roasted green salsa, but this is where you can play. You can do a red salsa, a green salsa, really whatever works for you. And it's gonna help flavor it and give it that beautiful color. So I'm just gonna mix these together. And you can see you can't really mix it together easily, but what's gonna happen is it's gonna soak in all the flavor. That's the beautiful part. So now, as odd as this sounds and looks, this is easing the way we're cooking, keeping dish minimums, as in, let's not clean too many dishes. We're gonna take that chicken that we seasoned, and we're just gonna put it right on top, which at first looks pretty gross, right? But as it bakes in the oven, I'm gonna try to get any of that excess seasoning there too. I don't like to waste anything, so if I can, I'm gonna make sure I get all that seasoning. We're gonna put this in the oven. We're gonna cover it though, because really what we wanna do is almost poach that chicken, let it cook really slowly, come up to temperature, but also get the rice tender to soak in everything too. And that's why we wanna cover it. So I'm gonna put foil on it tightly. We're gonna let this cook. While this is cooking, we can get the other things ready. This is the beauty of this dish. Burrito bowls, but easy. The chicken is almost done, so what I'm just getting ready now are the rest of the components. So we're gonna have some black beans, which I wanna make sure are well seasoned and well flavored. So I'm chopping up a white onion. White onion does have a little bit, to me, lighter flavor, maybe has a different sweetness to it than sometimes just yellow onion. And I do like to use it in this case with the beans. So what I'm gonna do is take this white onion, I have some just neutral oil with no flavor, that's just heating up so I can saute the onion. Because this is gonna be the base flavor. Oh, do you hear that sound? I love that. This is gonna be the base flavor to our beans. So we just wanna make sure we start them, get a little bit of salt on them, and then let them go translucent. I'm mincing up some garlic because the onion now is beautifully sauteed, just beginning to wanna get color, and that to me lets you know it's time to add the next step, which is garlic, which is really we don't wanna burn the garlic, that's why we added a little bit after. So we're gonna put it right in just till it's fragrant. And with that garlic, whenever I have something like the oil in there, I like to add my taco seasoning right to it. And that's just gonna help flavor these beans further. And I do it right into the oil before I add the beans because the oil can actually bloom and open up all that seasoning and help it be even more flavorful. So I'm just stirring this for a few seconds to make sure that garlic is warmed through. Instantly you're smelling everything and it smells so good. So we're gonna add the black beans, rinsed and drained. And what I wanna do is just let these now slowly warm through. I don't really want to burn them. I don't wanna cook them. Just warm them through. So I'm gonna turn it on its lowest setting. I'm gonna cover them so we can finish everything up and they get warmed all the way through with all that flavor. The beans are just keeping warm. The rice and chicken are pulled out, they're ready to go. We're gonna make the dressing before we can put it all together. This, again, you could make ahead if you wanted to. It's actually my favorite dressing to keep around for taco salads or anything like really bright and fresh. So we're gonna do some sour cream or Greek yogurt. That's gonna add a little bit of a creaminess without it being too much. Like this, to me, it's all about balancing. And I think that's really important. I think you need a little bit of sweetness. So we're gonna do honey because it just, again, you know, we're gonna add some strong flavors and a little bit of honey makes it, to me, just really come about. Now I like to scrape it all out. It's one thing I always do. Now, cilantro. Now some people think cilantro tastes like soap and that's just how some people are, it's genetic. I don't, I love cilantro. If you don't like it, that's fine. Obviously you can't use it. You can either do this with a different herb, like just a parsley, but it won't have the same flavor. Culantro is one that's hard to find, but a lot of people think they can tolerate it if they don't like cilantro. So if you can find culantro, I would try that. Or you can make just more of a lime dressing with the other flavors and jalapeno. So for jalapeno, I'm taking one and I am seeding it. Now, if you want it to be really spicy, you can keep the seeds in, but I also just don't like the texture of the seeds. I think they can kind of not work well when it's blending up, and I personally just don't like them, so I like to take them out and remove them. You can do whatever you think is gonna be best, but to me, it's always gonna have a better texture and really just be better flavored overall. So I'm just gonna chop this into rough, small pieces. Not perfect here, just rough, small ones, and putting it right in there. We're gonna take one garlic clove. I'm just gonna take that little root end off, and I'm just gonna smash it with the back of my knife so it comes right off that husk and just throw the pieces in. Now, you have to gauge if you have a smaller one or a larger one, how much garlic you like. Start with a smaller amount, you can always add in some. We of course need avocado. This is gonna add again. So if you don't know it, avocado is rich. It's pretty much a fat. And so what it does is it works so beautifully by adding this like richness that an oil would, but also giving them the flavor that works really well with these burrito bowls. So to me, it's the best of both worlds. And then to really kind of bring home the flavor, but also add the moisture we need, some lime. Now, if you want to make sure they juice really easily, just press them under the palm of your hand to start breaking those cell walls. But look at the gorgeousness here. What we want to do is now, this is going to be our carrier for acidity. It's going to be our liquid that's going to help this really blend well. You can do this in like a canister blender. You could do it in a smoothie blender if you had one. I'm gonna use just my handheld immersion blender because I think it works well. So I'm gonna put it right in there. Look how beautiful that is. And I'm gonna add salt. You always need salt. And after this, we can just blend it up. So you can see this blends up really quickly, and like magic, I have everything ready to assemble. If you wanna add more lime juice or more water, depending on the thickness or consistency you want, do that. I like a thicker dressing, so we'll see here, but I think I'm gonna keep it as it is. So what I have is everything really ready to go, so we can assemble all these bowls however you want. So you can see how if you make this ahead, the beans, the rice, the chicken, they can be in the fridge ready to go, and you can just get them out and pull them out. So with the chicken, what I did was, when I took it out, I let it sit for a little bit under the foil just to steam and finish. Then you have to obviously, of course, cook until the rice is tender, the chicken is at temperature. Once it was cool enough to handle, I just diced this up. If you wanted to shred, you could. I like a dice. And then fluff the rice. So I did it under one breast that I removed. But see how you just go through, fluff it all, and see how it takes on that green salsa? And let me tell you something. The flavor of that, so good. We have our beans, which you can see are steamy and beautiful. And so this is all now mix and match as you please. At your leisure, if you will. So I'm gonna start with rice on the bottom. I think that makes sense. So, you know, this is the fun part, because I think if you're worried about picky eaters or kids not being into something, have it be that they can assemble their own and make it. Because that to me always brings more people excitement so they can make it how they would want to. Now, personally, when I get a burrito bowl at one of my favorite places, I make it into, obviously it's a bowl, it's a salad really, and I like to get extra lettuce with it. So that's how I will assemble it. But then plenty of beans, and black beans are always my choice. I love black beans, and these ones really have more flavor than you're gonna be used to, which is the best part. Chicken, however much or little as you want. You can obviously leave it off too if you'd want to. And then you can kind of mix and match now. So I like some fresh chilies on it if I can, if I have them. Obviously, I also have my home canned pickled peppers. If I want to, hot sauce, cotija cheese, which is an aged, beautiful cheese that, think of it like a Parmesan, but with a little bit different oomph, and it really just works well. And of course, fresh cilantro. But we're also gonna be getting lots of fresh cilantro in this dressing. So I need to find my spoon for it, and we'll just use a fork. And now again, if you want to, thin it out with your lime, but I personally just like to drizzle it on my lettuce, and look how beautiful and fresh that is. Look at that color we're getting with it. And this is now ready to go. You can put a piece of lime on the side if you want. You can squeeze it on fresh. I think that really adds like a nice hit of just bright acidity to that chicken at the end, which is delicious. And serve it up. I want you to see how easy this is. It's components, 3 different components. But guess what? In the time it takes the one to cook, everything else is done and can be out and ready to go. And you can then just start digging in. This is, by the way, my favorite meal. This, you're gonna wanna keep in your fridge all the time. It's a dip, it's a dressing, it's life. This is everything that comes together. This is how I eat. I love a bowl. I love to mix all my favorite things, and I like to personalize it with what I want. Personally, it's always gonna be more spicy for me. For someone else, it may not be. Now, you can put shredded cheese on too if you want a different type of cheese. Whatever you like, make it your own, enjoy it. I want to drink the dressing, but what do I hope you do? Share this video around. Share this around so everyone else can see burrito bowls can be made at home. Look at all this that can be leftovers for a single person, for 2 people, or how far it will go for a family. Beautiful, economical way to enjoy good food at home, good nourishment. Check my website, wyse.com, for this full recipe, the full how-to, and until next time, make a bowl for yourself. You'll be glad.